Uh-oh. I see Miriam's got her champagne in her hand. I think she's ready. Are y'all ready? Let's celebrate with her. I got a smoothie. That's great. All right. I'm going to bring her in now. All right. Here we go.
Hello, everyone from all over the world. Welcome to my celebration.
It's a celebration.
Type in chat your name. Type in the comments. Hi, Inga. Hi, Evelyn. Hi, Verona. Hi, Simone. Nicole. Who's there? Ted. Oh, my goodness. Natalie. Gaby. Woo! Oh, this is amazing. Wow. I'm so happy you're all here. And thank you, Ashley, for being my host.
Oh, of course. I wouldn't have it any other way. Cheers.
Cheers.
I am so happy for you. And, we've been on this journey together, but I am so excited to just learn more about Caregiver 2.0 and how you even came to writing this book. How did it go from your experiences to a book? How did you even go about that?
Wow, that goes back 20 years. 20 years, 1999, when Martin, my husband, started suffering from kidney failure. 20 years later, more than 20 years, 22 years. Last August, I had a conversation with a friend who lives in Ithaca, New York. And we didn't know each other. So we had a Zoom meet and greet. Who's Miriam? Who's Sarah? And we introduced ourselves and we're just talking. And I told her my story. And 5 minutes later, she was in tears. And I said, oh, sorry, that wasn't my intention to make you cry. Maybe I should write a book. And she said, that's exactly what I wanted to say, write a book. And I said, nah, you're kidding me, stop it. Miriam, me, writing a book? And she said, I'm serious. I'm a writing coach, and I would be honored to get this story out of your belly. That was August 5th, 2020. And today, Caregiver 2.0 is published. My caregiver's journey, my story.
Oh, how does it feel? Today's the day.
It feels both unreal, unless I do this and actually feel my book. And at the same time, I know that I will help people. Questions I had to ask myself as a caregiver are in this book as well. Some of them might make you feel uncomfortable, but this book is for everyone who's caregiving, who has been caregiving, who will need a caregiver. So it feels wonderful. I'm an author now. So cheers to that.
Yes, cheers. So many people start down the road of writing a book. What kept you pressing on? Because so many people start but then don't finish. So what would you tell those people that are in that, I don't know where to go with this. I don't know what I'm doing. What would you tell that person?
I would say keep writing. Why? While I was writing my book, I cried a lot, but I also laughed a lot. Yeah. This book is about taking care of the two most important men in my life, after my dad, of course. My brother Patrick and my husband Martin. Both have a medical file like this. But you will be amazed how many people you can help just by writing a book, sharing your story. And to be honest, I'm really amazed. Today, I've received so many messages from people. Please, when can I order? When can I get your book in Dutch, in English, in Spanish? I never thought that people would want to read my book in Dutch or even another language. So don't underestimate your story.
Absolutely. And I know that you probably want to read the whole book to us, but give us a little snippet of one of these wonderful men that you have taken care of and wrote your story, your book about.
Oh yes, I definitely I want to read the whole book for you, but we are respectful of people's time. So I'm gonna read a short piece of the book about Martin. When Martin had his first kidney pancreas transplant surgery, I was still running from home to work, back home. Took the car, went to the hospital, came home late, and slept for a few hours a night. This went on for months without doing self care. I was exhausted, but I kept going. I was a superhero on an automatic pilot, and I held up big for a long time. Martin was more than ready for chapter 2.0, but his wife to be wasn't doing well. We had a conversation with a social worker in the hospital. She first asked Martin how he felt both mentally and physically. Thankfully, he felt better. Then she turned to me. Miriam, how are you doing? I was overwhelmed, and before I knew it, I started crying and sobbing like a child. I cried for at least 15 minutes and couldn't talk. Let it out, Miriam. For whom have you been holding up big, Miriam? Now I was mad at myself for showing others my vulnerability. They could see that I was tired, that I couldn't do it alone, that I was not okay. When I was done crying, I apologized for using a whole box of Kleenex. Martin held my hand and said, Hun, I am happy you finally showed what you've been hiding for so long. Let's work on this together. What if you take care of me and I take care of you? There went another box of Kleenex. I cried, sobbed, and felt angry because they saw the vulnerable Miriam. This superhero was emotionally and physically on the ground. She thought she could do caregiving alone, but she thought wrong. As I'm writing this, I'm reliving the moment again. Caregiver, please don't be like me. I burnt out. When I heard the news from my doctor about my burnout, my head was overloaded with questions. Oh no! How will I take care of Martin if something happens to me? How can I get better ASAP so I can take care of him? Wait, does this mean I have to take care of myself, me, Miriam? Boom, hello, wake up. So, thank you so much, social worker, for asking me how I was doing. Dear caregiver, how are you doing? Breathe. You might want to punch me through the page. That's okay. Can you catch yourself before you are burnt out?
Wow. I just want to highlight what Gabby said. You are an inspiration because you truly are. And that passage that you just read can resonate so well with our fellow caregivers. You really just put it out there. You are so open. the feelings that caregivers have while they're sitting there in the hospital rooms, in the waiting rooms.
Yeah.
Wow. Did you think that you would ever be that open and honest in a book?
No, never thought. And when I was writing the book, as I mentioned before, I cried a lot. When I wrote this part, it took me 3 times to start over. because I was reliving the moment, how
Mhm.
I felt, and how I feel now. I feel much better because I got it out of my system, out of my body. So I would really recommend everyone, if you're a caregiver, non-caregiver, if you can say something, or even if you think a conversation with a doctor or anyone will be a difficult conversation, write it down. It will help you. Definitely, 100%. Definitely.
So your book, you are basically like you're talking to someone as if they're right across the table, or sitting next to you on the couch,
Mhm.
so that you can have that personal feeling, is what I'm getting from that one part of your book.
Yeah.
Is that how you envisioned your book being, kind of a fireside chat type?
In the beginning, it wasn't like this. And as I started writing, together with my writing coach, I discovered that it would be much better if it sounds like the reader and I are sitting on a couch and having a conversation. Because I think the reader will be more open to answer the questions. Because the questions I ask in my book, like I said before, might make some people feel uncomfortable. But I had to answer those questions years ago myself. And it helped me. And that's why I decided to ask those questions to the reader.
Absolutely. It can be uncomfortable, but sometimes we have to become uncomfortable in order to change, right? You know,
Exactly.
from caregiver burnout to powerhouse, we're looking at it right here. Hello.
I feel great.
Queendom come. She's here. The queen is here. Like, I
You
see it here. And
know,
Sheila says you're her role model.
oh, so sweet. That's my niece. Yeah, that's
Well,
my brother's twin daughter.
oh, okay. All right. Yeah, definitely. I just love how open and honest you are throughout your book, and but then you're able to make it intimate and personal with the reader, so that they can take that time to kind of think about their own life, and maybe the lack of self-care that they have, or trying to implement new ways to better themselves. So it's very awesome to hear. I do want to bring up, I know there's another special man in your life that you have had the pleasure of caring for, and you have another um, portion of your book that you would like to read about him as well.
Yeah, that's my brother Patrick. Let me see. I have taken so many notes, and I think here it is. How it all started with Patrick. 1 year, I think 18, not even 18 months after our mom died, after she passed away. On November 7th, 2012, I was at the office when I received a phone call from Martin. You have to call Patrick now. What's wrong with him? I don't have time to explain, dear, but please call him immediately. He just called me and I think there's something wrong with him. He wasn't talking okay. I'm driving to him now and you need to call the paramedics. I hung up and my heart was racing fast, my hand shaking as I dialed Patrick's phone number. Sis, I don't feel okay. I hung up and called the paramedics right away. Hi, my name is Miriam, and I just talked to my brother on the phone. He's alone in his apartment and he has trouble talking. I think he's having a stroke. This is his address. When I hung up, I told my colleagues what happened, closed my computer, and left the office. While I was rushing to the subway, I called Patrick again. Hello? Patrick, please hang in there. The paramedics are on their way. Can you open the door? I go up. I could hear the sirens of the ambulance while talking to Patrick, and I ran faster. It was a 20-minute ride, but all I could think of was what I heard, and that was anything but good. Yes, I was scared of what I just heard, scared of what I could expect. When I got out of the subway, I could hear the sirens of the fire trucks. I ran faster, and when I arrived at Patrick's apartment on the 5th floor, the police were already there. Are you Miriam, the person who made a call? Yes, sir. Please, go inside. The paramedics are taking care of your brother. My heart was racing like crazy, and Martin was also there. So were Patrick's adult twin girls and son. When I entered the apartment, I wasn't happy with what I saw. My brother was sitting on the floor and didn't look good at all. I lifted my thumb, and he nodded, as if he wanted to say, "Thank you for being here for me." When the paramedics were done with Patrick, the firemen had to transfer him from the fifth floor into the ambulance. Because the stretcher didn't fit in the elevator of the building, they used a lift that was connected outside of the building to get Patrick downstairs and in the ambulance. Within 1 hour after Patrick called Martin, he was transferred to the ER of a nearby hospital. Later, I understood that Patrick had called several family members to tell them that he wasn't feeling well. Hours went by, and around 8 p.m., the neurologist came and told us that Patrick had a severe cerebral hemorrhage and was paralyzed on the right side of his body. Everybody was quiet. What did that mean? How severe was it? The only thing the neurologist could tell us is that the first 48 hours were critical. Patrick wasn't talking. We couldn't communicate with him. Everybody was sad and crying. But I was already organizing things in my mind. What if? Nobody wanted to say the words. But what if Patrick couldn't talk or walk for the rest of his life? Can he stay in his apartment? He's single. So who will take care of him? What if he died?
I mean, I'm going to have to agree with Angelique here. And
it's reality.
Yeah.
It's reality. And, you know, Patrick is enjoying every single day of his life. And he always says, God gave me a second chance. And I am enjoying every single day of my life. As we are talking now live, he's enjoying time with Martin in the garden, letting Miriam take care of all the speaking inside and promoting her book, you know, and both of them are sitting outside in the garden having a great time with a glass of champagne. But this is something I had to deal with together with the family. He didn't even know his kids' names. He didn't know my name. And, you know, the world has to know what we go through. This is reality. It can happen to anyone.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, what they say, in the blink of an eye, your life can change overnight.
Yeah.
You know, it's not something that the person asked for. It just happens. And I know earlier you mentioned, you know, how your book was for caregivers and also non-caregivers, because at some point, and I'll let you say it because you stated so very eloquently about all the 4 different reasons why this book is for caregivers and non-caregivers.
Yeah, absolutely. This book, as I say it in my video on my website, is for caregivers and non-caregivers. It's for people who were a caregiver, people who are a caregiver now, people who will be a caregiver soon, and people who will need a caregiver someday. It's for everyone. Be prepared. You can prepare a little bit, but until you are in the situation, you will understand what caregiving is. It's hard. It's no cookie cutter. It's challenging, both mentally and physically. And that's why me, Martin, Patrick, the family, we are enjoying every single day of our lives. Because we know what it is to not be able to say, hey, let's go out for dinner. No, can't. I have to shower my brother in the hospital. Or, yeah.
I mean, absolutely.
Yeah.
And Ramona says
So
she's
sweet.
so proud of you. You're a power lady. One of my favorite, statements that you always make, Miriam, is about being a superhero and how, caregivers have to learn to hang up their cape at some point. It's not to say that we're not going to be caregivers, but that we also have to love on ourselves. Can you speak to that a little bit?
Of course, I used to wear my cape 24 hours a day. Miriam was the superhero. When my cape was like Batman, Batwoman, people were asking me, Miriam, do you need help with? No, I got it. No, I'm good. I'm fine. Miriam, do you need me to drive you to the hospital or whatever? Get you groceries or anything? No, I'm good. But I wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
I said, no, I'm good, because I thought that if I accepted help, if I asked for help, people would think Miriam is weak. She can't take care of Martin. And now in 2021, I say I was weak because I wasn't asking for help.
I think there's strength in asking for help because you realize that you, the caregiver, you deserve help. You deserve that love. Yeah. And I think it shows your strength and not weakness, like how we always think as caregivers.
It's so easy to help others than to accept. That's something I had to learn. And I also had to learn to set boundaries, say no to others, and say yes to Miriam. That's something I had to learn. And all of this is in my book. My book is about my journey, but it's also about the reader. And it doesn't matter where you are in your journey. It doesn't matter where you are. But my questions will definitely make you think. I know my BFF, Angelique, she told me, damn, I've known you for more than 30 years. Why didn't you ask me for help? And I told her, your BFF thought that she was weak if she asked for help.
Oh, yeah. Because that's what caregivers think. But Miriam, you have broken that mold, and you are out here to let caregivers know that they deserve love and care and all the good things.
Yeah, because we take care of our loved ones. Why? Because we love them. But love isn't enough to recharge our battery overnight. It's not. We need to take care of ourselves too. And that question of the social worker, it was my wake-up call. Who's going to take care of Martin if something bad happens to me? And in the book, you will read something I had to do while he was recovering from his kidney pancreas transplant surgery in the hospital. Some of you might think, what did she do?
Your friend Angelique here, say yes to yourself. And Gabby just also, let me see here. There we go. You cannot pour from an empty cup. Take care of yourself first, and so that you can give to others. Yeah. It's so very important.
It's true.
It is the truth. Yeah. And your book, Caregiver 2.0 From Burnout to Powerhouse, has the blueprint.
Absolutely. I would love to share the cover. I don't know if people can see it.
Yes.
I will tell you why.
There you go.
Why I came up with this cover. The match, sorry. Oh, here. The match is my burnout, but it didn't totally burn out. Sorry. Oh my gosh, it's in the mirror. From that burnout, a nice flower came out of it. That's my recovery. And the flower you see is a flower that you see on almost every yard in Suriname. And the color purple was my mom's favorite color. And the flower is called a kotomisi. And a kotomisi is a typical Surinamese woman. That's what I am. And I live in the Netherlands. Today, 30 years ago, I left my home country, Suriname, and moved to the Netherlands. Today, exactly 30 years ago, with my BFF, Angelique. We traveled together to the Netherlands. And orange is the color of the Netherlands. So on my cover, the Netherlands, Suriname, the Surinamese woman, and my mom, and my burnout, and my recovery.
I love that. If y'all ain't running to go get your copy, if you haven't already, I highly suggest, I've been dropping the links here throughout this chat, please, and follow Miriam wherever she is. I mean, Miriam is everywhere. Let me tell you, she's worldwide, okay? Miriam's on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Clubhouse, TikTok. She's probably going to come up with her own social media at some point because that's just how she is. She's a powerhouse, okay? So please support her and get your copy of this book. She even has the ebook version. It is there. I put the link here throughout the chat. So please visit, give her some likes, give her some follows, give her some love. Please, this woman is coming to a stage near you. I promise you that. I'll put that on everything. She's ready. She's ready.
For those of you who would like to spend a little bit more time, tomorrow I will be with Ted, of course. Ted will interview me, and it's all over the place on social media, like this event was with Ashley, of course. And it's so important to, I bet any one of you know a caregiver, someone who is taking care, even if they take care of their dog. It's a loved one. So it doesn't matter, share the story, share the links. I'm here to help as many people as I can with the tips in my book. And, you know, I can thank all of the people who supported me, including you, Ashley, who helped me get where I am today as an author, Miriam Baldwin. author of Caregiver 2.0, From Burnout to Powerhouse. And I know that my mom, dad, and my late sister, they are proud of me. I can feel it. I can feel it. And so is the rest of the family, the rest of my friends. So I just started. I have just started sharing my message, sharing my powerful message to let caregivers know that they are not alone and to let the world know what caregivers go through. And I recently had an interview with the Dutch CDC, RIVM, here in the Netherlands, because they are wondering how the government can help caregivers who are working. And I asked them when they called me, how much time do I have? They said, I said, because I need a week to talk to you. I have so many tips. And when I started talking, they were like, what? I said, write it down, please. Write it down. That's what caregivers go through. And I'm honest in my book. I'm honest. It's Miriam. You're going to know Miriam, what she's been through, but also how she is enjoying life to the max today.
Absolutely. So great. So I know you have, and you just mentioned another event tomorrow. And where can we find that information?
I will be sharing a lot of this information on Facebook, on Instagram, via Linktree. My Linktree on Instagram has all the information about upcoming events. Soon there will be another event for my friends, followers in Australia. Someone from Australia will also interview me. I'm all over the place. New York, America, Ireland, England, Africa. So I'm all over the place. Please follow me and help me share my message to help others. That's what I'm here for. That's what Caregiver 2.0 From Burnout to Powerhouse is for. Helping others. What I've been through, my journey is not your journey. It's not another person's journey, but the struggles are the same.
And I'm going to keep saying it. You got the blueprint for people that are going through it to get through it and thrive. Because I'm just looking at you today, Queen. I mean, you're smiling. It's wonderful. I love to see it. Well, Miriam, thank you for allowing me to host you, my sister. I love to see you win, and I hope you keep celebrating throughout the rest of the week and weekend. You deserve it. You put the time and effort in and the love in, and we see it shining through.
I am enjoying to the max. And I just want to say something. All of you who are listening and watching, please know that I will celebrate the whole month of June with Ashley. Because on June 18th, it's Ashley's launch date. Lost Travel Found will be launched. And Ashley will be celebrating. We will be celebrating with Ashley the whole month. And I can't wait to share Lost Travel Found and Caregiver 2.0 From Burnout to Powerhouse as much as I can. And I always say, if I can help one person, I'm already grateful for it.
Yep.
Just one.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Thank you. I'm so excited, and please follow me. Share the news about this book that you can find on Amazon.com and Amazon.nl.de, France, Italy. It's everywhere. Share it.
One share, one like can change a life.
Yeah.
It really can.
Definitely.
It really can. Well, Miriam, it was my honor and privilege to host you today. And I celebrate you now and forevermore. Let's keep rocking, girl. Keep rocking it out.
Thank you. I see some of my friends, Inka, Brayona, Hester, my neighbor, Bonita, Sandra, Sarah Jeffers. Sarah Jeffers is my writing coach. Our writing coach, I should say. Angelique, of course. My sister Ivona from Suriname. Nadia. Oh my goodness, that's so beautiful. You're here. Romana, Leonie, Verona, of course. Gaby, Angelique. Oh my gosh, so many of you. Letitia. I thank you all so much for celebrating with me. And my brother, you know, he's still sipping champagne outside. You know?
That's where the party is.
That's where the party is. And if you could see them, oh my goodness, I'm going to join them. Thank you all for joining. So much love for you. And I appreciate you. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.